Hello, my name is Gretchen, and I'm so excited to share my two births with you all. My first started back in 2010. I did not know if I was having a boy or a girl, so I was very much looking forward to labor because of that built-in surprise. I had worked a long week at work, and it was a Thursday night. My husband and I got home from a dinner out, and I was doing cat and cow on the living room floor, and my water broke. We called my midwife to make plans to meet her at the birth center that we planned to have our baby at. And she said that we could stay home as long as we wanted to. So I took a bath with her okay, and about 2 hours after my water broke, we made our way to the birth center. And they made me a big smoothie to kind of give me energy, which was a really good plan because I ended up being in labor for a very long time. I walked stairs to keep my labor going. I met with an acupuncturist, a chiropractor came. I pushed. I reached 10 centimeters in a decent amount of time, but my daughter, oh, there's the surprise. It turned out to be a girl. Was asynclitic, which was really lengthening my labor and making it very difficult. I pushed on the toilet. I pushed on a birthing stool. I dealt with contractions in bed while walking. The whole gamut. I really tried everything. And so all night Thursday, all day Friday, into Friday night, into early Saturday morning. At that point, my contractions had slowed, and my midwife recommended that we transfer to the local hospital. It was not an emergency transfer. I rode with my midwife in her car, and my husband and our doula followed, and we got to the hospital, and they gave me an epidural so that I could rest, and it was the best sleep that I've ever had. I slept just for a couple hours and woke up the next morning totally refreshed and reset and ready to have a baby. They turned off the epidural and gave me some Pitocin, and I pushed for about 2.5 hours, and my little girl was born. It wasn't exactly what I planned, obviously, with the transfer, but after reflecting, she's 3.5 now. Over these years since her birth, it's exactly how it was supposed to be, and it turned out perfect, and I'm so thankful for the experience that it gave me. And this is her. Her name's Janelle, and she's my greatest joy. 2 years later, I was pregnant with her brother in 2012, and kind of went into my pregnancy and his birth with no real expectations, because I didn't want to think that things would go like they did with Gemma, and I didn't want to necessarily think that they would be totally different either. So I planned to have another birth center birth, and our midwife lived about an hour and a half away, and we were going to meet in a town in the middle for his birth. And it was a Wednesday night, and I was up late sewing some headbands, as random as that sounds, and went to bed and felt a little crampy but didn't really see it as a sign of anything. And I was laying there in bed, and my water broke, and I tapped my husband and I told him, my water broke, I think this is it. And he looked back at me. Well, I don't know if he actually saw me, but and he says to me, "That's nice," and rolled back over and went to sleep. So I texted my midwife, fully woke him up again so that he would understand that no, this was really happening, and everyone started to kind of make plans and move into place. And I got in the shower and was in the shower when our doula arrived at our house, because she was going to drive with us north. and I was in tears because I did not want to go. I was terrified to have the contractions I was having in the car. They were so strong and they were so fast, and I I just did not think I could do it. Sitting in a car trying to drive for 45 minutes. And she told me that I didn't have to go, and it was the best thing I had heard. I got out of the shower and got dried off and started feeling like I needed to push. My doula had my midwife on the phone, like on speakerphone, and her and my husband were talking with her, and she was listening to me and was kind of acting as the on-call expert as I pushed. I was leaning on the bathroom sink, and this like the squatting position and having the countertop to balance on while I pushed was just perfect and was ideal. And sure enough, my son was born there in our bathroom, all 10 pounds, 4 ounces of him, just one day before he was due. And my doula and my husband caught him, and our midwife arrived shortly after to just check everything out, and everything went great. Totally a surprise and not what we expected or planned, but I loved having a home birth, and if I'm blessed to have another baby, I'm excited to plan a home birth this next time. So this is my Max. He is 18 months now, and he's pretty much still that chubby. He's my little husky man, and I love him dearly. That's the story of my 2 births. Totally different. First one, 40 hours from water breaking to baby in my arms, and second one, just about 2.5 hours since my water broke. So just goes to show how truly different birth and labor and babies can be.